Test. Test. Okay. Why do I sound so far away? Okay. Why do I sound so far away? Okay. Whatever. Well, actually, let's see here. What mic is this picking up? What the hell? Save. Okay. Okay. Is that normal now? I don't know why it was set to the webcam. I don't know why it was set to the webcam. And now I'm really quiet. And now I'm really quiet. And now I'm really quiet. Yeah. I just turned down the game a bit. And, just turned down the game a bit. That should be... Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, cool. Yeah, that should be fine.
There we go.
Yep, alright.
Rock and roll! Ah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah! Ah!
Why was there a loading screen that quickly?
Oh! Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, dang it.
Alright, audio's fine, by the way.
Oh, cool.
I mean, we've been doing it long enough. Should be.
Let's go.
As soon as I can get this back down the bar, I'm so sick of this game.
What is it, New Super Wario World? I mean, I'm not wrong.
You can call it as you want.
Sorry, my microphone was retracted. The
No?
reason that was a problem was because there was a chance that you could be hearing Harry 3 times rather than twice. Kidding, it's not echoing.
Yay. Free of me.
Rock and roll.
Wait, so you're doing a 100% practice run for C's,
Yeah.
but you're sick of the game, so you're not likely to play the game for fucking ages.
I'm not gonna do 100% for the Seas run that's made this clear. I didn't think it would be this bad. That's fine.
It's going to explode.
Hmm?
Oh, it's supposed to explode. I didn't realise. I honestly have no clue what I'm watching. As far as I can tell, I'm looking at endgame footage of a Wario game for Nintendo Wii.
I mean, you're not wrong. Shake something, don't
I mean, I would assume so. So how frantic is the wanking in this Wii game?
I? I mean, you shake a lot, but you don't have to be that crazy.
I honestly can't think of a game to compare it to, but at the same time, anyone else could.
Yeah.
I didn't have many Wii games. Like, the only one I really played was Wii Sports and House of the Dead 2 and 3 Returns.
What about Brawl?
I really didn't even play that much. Seriously, whenever I was bored, I was like, right, play the best arcade game that I happen to have in my house. Problem is, I can't commentate over this halfway, or anything for that matter. I don't know. A lot of my content for the channel I'm making is going to be hit or miss. Like, I know the Dark Cloud playthrough, the Dark Cloud episode, is much better than the Dark Chronicle episode. But at the same time, I'd just done the Dark Cloud episode, and my PlayStation 2 crashed twice. Then I was interrupted by my dad after I was nearly finished doing the thing, so I ended up cutting it short to just the first floor of the dungeon rather than all of the story before it. And at that point I was just salty with my dad for kicking my door down and telling me that I had to make something of my life.
Well,
Well, not necessarily that exactly, but... I mean, I have one episode that I have to edit, because, let's just say reading a walkthrough is not a good thing for first impressions.
know.
Especially for a game you like,
Yeah.
and you want to show it in a good light. So
Yeah.
I've got to cut like half an hour's worth of footage out of it before it's uploaded.
Huh. Right.
I'm a slow reader.
Well, I read things like... The way I read things is like if I'm reading aloud, pretty much.
Actually, in hindsight, I might as well just fully re-record that episode.
Yeah.
Because it's the first level of Time Splitters 2 on normal difficulty. Because I didn't realise there was a difference in Time Splitters 2, or any of the Time Splitters for that. Not Time Splitters 3, because that's more linear, but it's also heavier on the story. But as far as I can tell, for Time Splitters 1 and 2, I still need to find Time Splitters 1, easy mode is like half of the level.
Huh.
Normal mode is the full level, and hard mode is the full level with more enemies, and does more damage. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. I think you just do less damage and there's more enemies. I know Time Splitters 3, they do more damage.
Okay.
That's only because I've beaten that game like 4 times, so... And then there's a bunch of games that are installed on my 360 for account reasons that I kinda wanna do, but I won't do them until after I've done.
How many things do you have recorded right now?
I was just talking about the channel that I'm making.
Oh right. What are you gonna call it?
Basic Productions. Although, because there already is a Basic Productions, but when I checked they were dead for like half a year, and they did FIFA content, I'm going
I
to
wasn't
be
gonna call
calling
it
the
Peter Lamb,
channel
but a
the
game
Basic
bar
Productions.
down by the airport and took it. Nobody get that joke? You know that.
Animaniacs?
Family Guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
Family
know.
Guy has too many jokes. You can't.
Well, it was an old joke, so it was one of the better jokes.
Okay.
I heard.
The joke
I
was-
never really watched Family Guy that much.
Fair enough, but like the joke was basically because of the technicality, their house and their entire property was technically able to like be a separate part. It's not technically not be a part of the U.S., so they made their own country.
See, I
So-
kind of want to do that, but at the same time, I
Well,
don't own a
It's
house.
weird.
Because legally,
But
if you
no.
own the land your house is on, you can do that.
Well, because like technically it wasn't even on the map. Is the thing. Anyways, what happened was Peter puts up a flag and goes like, "I hereby dub this country Pretoria," and then he goes,
Oh.
"It wasn't called Peterland, but that gay bar down by the airport already took it."
Nice.
Nah, dick joke.
Gay joke is more accurate.
In America, a euphemism for penis is Peter.
Dick.
It's just easier to say wang.
There's another word, but I'm not gonna say it on stream.
Pernus.
Partners?
Fine, I'll say it. Pingers.
Snooping is penis. What? No. What? No. No. Snooping as usual, I see. Although if I were to do it properly, snooping as usual. No, I can't do it. Pingas. Yeah, because
I see.
Oh, dang it. What's it's more fun? Scratch's face is more of the funny part, to be honest.
The kind of face.
Yeah, he's just
for,
like.
for a robot, he's got the consistency of jelly.
He's like. he's like
Impressive.
I didn't mean to turn around.
You had it perfect as well.
I am eating Slim Jims.
You know, if the enemies just didn't throw bombs at you, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, there we go.
AI, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
No, not even that, it's just level design, but at the same time,
Nintendo enemies.
it's like, I'm going to kill Mario, says Giant Worm Thing. Also,
Oh, that-
Giant Worm Thing, big red nose.
That kind of
Yeah.
reminds me in Mega Man 8 in the Wily Castle. There's a there's these gorillas that throw like big rocks at you, and like normally you're supposed to kill the gorilla before the rock hits, but one of them throws it on a bed of spikes, so you can actually get on top of the spikes.
Oof.
Don't worry, it's Mega Man, so if it's off screen, it'll be fine. If you ever played a full Mega Man game, you know this.
I played 1, 2, and 3.
Well, you need to get to the rest of the series.
Yeah.
By the
I
way,
played-
can you want to answer this question for me?
What?
What?
Yeah, plus one is 2.
So, I'm shit at Counter-Strike to the point where I've D-ranked to Silver 1, whereas I used to be Silver 4. But
What do
I'm
you do?
playing with Elites and mid to high Novas, which is pretty high ranks, that's all you need to know. I'm averaging the middle to, I'm second, third place in the leaderboard. Why am I a Silver 1?
Because screw you.
Because pancake, that's why.
No, the reason is because I haven't actually won a match despite doing well in the matches that I am playing.
Are they, is Halo Reach on, Master Chief now, by the way?
No.
Oh, when's it coming out?
Wait, free.
Oh.
Be glad, Harry, you're almost done with Wario.
It's going to be a massive Halo section in E3 because they're going to talk about Reach, show gameplay, give a release date. Then they're also going to show gameplay and give a release date and give a teaser trailer for Infinity. And then there's also going to be the obligatory Forza Horizon 5 because they... Wait, no. Wait, did they do Forza Horizon last year or did they do Forza Main Series last year?
Oh, dang it.
Because they alternate. Because if it was Horizon last year, that means that this year it's going to be Forza 8.
What's the difference?
One came out this year and the other one came out 2 years ago.
What's the difference between normal and Horizon?
Horizon's an open world game a bit like Need for Speed, whereas regular is just
That's
a
wrong.
racing campaign like any Formula 1 game. Except you start in a Volkswagen and then have to build up to a Porsche or whatever. Seriously, it's actually a really good campaign for a racing game. I mean, the story is non-existent, but... Okay, the story in all of the Forza main series games are, you are new rookie driver.
Beat everybody.
Do this one race in a nice car that we're actually advertising because the car company this car company paid us the most. And then pick out of, like, 5 to 10, like, Volkswagen, Vauxhall... AMG, whatever the fuck. Like, really, like, your basic bitch Hondas, your Skodas, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Then you take that, you drive a couple races, you do season after season, you make your money, you level up, your car levels up, you upgrade it, you paint it, you do whatever, and then eventually you'll be, like, level, I think... In Forza Horizon 4, no, in Forza 3, which is the one that I played, although I have Forza 5, but Forza 5 is paywalls for days. In Forza 3, I think the max level you could be was level 10?
Until the paywalls.
No, there were no paywalls. I mean, there was a shit ton of DLC. It's a track racing game, so of course there was DLC for days. And Forza Horizon is basically welcome to the Horizon Festival. Here's this sprawling open world based on England, Australia, America, wherever. The next one's probably going to be Germany in 2020. Last year it was England, debatably, although I've never seen that part of the world.
I've never seen it. Ergo doesn't exist.
Yep. Scotland doesn't exist, sorry Scottish people. Wales might as well not exist, so, you know.
I haven't seen Australia, ergo Maddie is lying.
Maddie is just North American. North of North America, because there is no Canada. It's just
With a
North
weird
America.
accent.
No, that's the thing, that's her state. It's North of North America, that's the state, it's a
North
secret
of
state.
North America is the name of the state.
Yes. Others call it Canada.
Canada.
Canada, yes. Wait, I still have that map somewhere.
She's secretly a distant cousin of Xavier.
Wait, let me see if I can
Very distant. Anyway, back to Persona.
Shit, where is it? Unless I shoved it in. It's gonna be a bitch to find.
Wait, how do I...
Let me see what Xavier's up to.
No.
I need to turn on the TV. That would help me play my video games.
There we go. It is in Shitpost Express, but Jason, you have seen this before. Everyone's seen this before, but it's funny. America, communism, diet America,
Oh,
not America
that thing.
yet.
That stupid thing.
I love this map. What's worse is because I didn't actually put any effort into it. There's a large chunk of Europe that doesn't belong to anywhere. There's this no man's land in Alaska. China is more diet America than it is communism. All of Africa, like the whole chunk of land that is that, like, that's apparently not America yet. So, also including all of the Middle East. Norway's independent of existence. I don't fucking know. It's a very bad map. Oh no, the map itself is a fine map. It's a map of the world, whatever. The bubbles, however. Also, part of America is also not America yet. And it's it's these few little islands that they're both. I don't even know. Analysing this thing gives me a headache. And I made it. I wasn't even drinking at the time.
Oh, good reserve ammo. I'm definitely getting that.
Also, did anyone actually read what I put in ranting chat, or was it just like, nah mate, too long?
I skimmed through some of that. I kind of...
VR?
Something about, like, religion or whatever.
Something to that.
And I don't care. And I try not to get mixed up with stuff, so.
Okay. It basically answers questions about me, long story short.
How do I...
Also makes you think what drugs I'm on. I think I rented the longest rant in Ranting Corner.
Yeah, probably.
Does that mean I win?
Uh,
It's not even a rant, it's just an explanation for what I believe in. Because I don't believe in religion, but at the same time I don't consider myself atheist, so that's all you need to know at a glance.
mm.
An in-depth version of it is, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with this person? How did one person come up with all this bullshit?
Alright guys, we're going to steal the treasure.
Wait, what are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Wait, he's doing himself?
I'm playing Persona.
Oh, okay. Wait, I did this wrong.
Wait, oh shit, my mum made a post on Facebook.
Oh no.
Joker, it's showtime!
Yeah.
Oh, let's play the vocal version, thank you!
Nice.
The vocal version of Life Will Change, I love this song. Before I go into the house, I am going to rob and catch him all this shit.
Wait, Ash Ketchum?
A catch. Because he does not deserve any of this shit.
Come on, I can make this work.
And I have a good reason for that.
Just hug your left. Yes!
Right, so my mum was drinking and then made a Facebook post
Oh dear.
about Game of Thrones.
Oh.
And I don't know what she's trying to say, but if anyone knows anything about Game of Thrones, apparently Drogon was her hero.
Okay.
I have to think that she's saying that the dragon is her hero, but knowing Game of Thrones, there could be a character called Drogon.
Yeah.
Oh, sir.
Is that series like over now, or?
The TV series, I think, is over. No, yes, today was the last episode.
Okay.
However, the book series, that's still going.
Okay.
And from what people knew at the end of season 7, was that season 8 was basically just going to be whatever the show writers could come up with because the books weren't finished. They had a vague idea of what was going to happen, but I think they've ignored it.
I can make Persona that are way above my level.
And of course, that's also subject to the last 2 books. The
Wait,
book that he's currently writing in the next book, which should be the last one.
Okay. How long has the series been going? Like
2012.
Oh, okay.
I think the book started in 2012. The TV series, I think, was. I don't know, like 2015, I want to say, but of course I'm talking about Game of Thrones and I've never seen an episode, so I'm treading on thin ice just by existing. Hold the door. That's right, I use the internet as well. All I know is if you scream hold the door in a public area, someone's gonna start crying. Actually no, so I think they're a little bit over it now, but... And then my fiance goes, oh, okay, whenever I say it to her. outside of the context of hold the fucking door.
No.
Something about a beloved character dying in Game of Thrones.
Characters like die all the time, don't they?
Characters die as a hobby, like.
That sounds like a very depressing hobby.
It's George R. Martin's hobby, killing beloved characters that people like and want to live.
Wow.
Although, I swear to God, at one stage you were able to send in, like, you were able to pay George R. Martin. Oh, what the fuck was it? Yeah, you could give him money and he would put in your family as side characters who just get murdered. Like,
nice.
They're introduced for like 5 minutes in the book and then they get horribly murdered.
Wow.
No, but here's the thing, your family is immortalized in Game of Thrones. To say I did it, you would have the Saunders in it, and you just walk through the camp of the Saunderses, and they don't even get to have a line of dialogue before a dragon just fucks them over.
That must suck.
Or better yet, they were already raided by the time it was like, this is the Saundonian tribe, or whatever. The reason I'm using this example is because it's my last name, so... This is the This was the House of Saunders, and yes, turns out their entire village has been burnt to the ground by Targaryen because she's a dick, apparently. I don't know. Everyone's a dick in Game of Thrones, especially Tyrion. He drinks and he knows things. Hi, Shamwell here. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I highly doubt anyone sees Brains actually gonna read that after the first paragraph, though. Unless someone actually no, I know Azzy actually read the whole thing.
I'll try and like read it properly later, but
I mean, you already kind of know most of it because I told you more or less it's.
I mean, I've had a lot of conversations about this sort of thing with you.
At 3 AM with no one else listening. Because it used to be a thing as I only told people I really trust, but now it's basically just a case of fuck it, I don't care, it's too much hassle to not tell people at the moment. Don't ask how that happened.
What the heck? I did this wrong.
And yet it was done so right. Oh, sorry, no, that was me reading from my fanfiction. I mean, what? I don't write. Says me. Looks in ranting corner again. I don't write. Probably should, but don't. Also, if I could be asked to find it in the ranting corner, I would just post the meme picture of you could make a religion out of that. Please don't. I would have to kill you.
What do I do about my bump in my head?
Can someone please say something so I can change the topic from this? Because I don't want to talk about this, but it's too...
Oh, I see. So how about Crash Team Racing? Eh?
Yes, Crash Team Racing is happening. We've known about this since 2018, and it is going to get a 2019 probably fall release date.
It's coming out in like a month, dude.
Okay.
Oh wait, I got the wrong game.
It also has a Nitro Kart stuff in it.
Ooh. Wait, so is it going to be CTR and Nitro Kart?
Basically.
Or is it just some of the Nitro Kart?
It's all the tracks and characters.
Oh, so what Halo Master Chief Collection's multiplayer should have been? Just all of the maps and weapons in a single pool.
Basically.
Without, like... They... There's a lot of games that I want that to happen with, so it's like... So, for example, imagine playing on a Halo 1 map using Halo 3 weapons and using a Halo 4 using the Mantis from Halo 4.
Oh yeah, I see what you... Yeah. So it's like, instead of having all the games segregated like they are, just have it in one cohesive package, in a way.
Yes, but also have game modes available, so if you want to play just Halo 1 maps with Halo 1 weapons and vehicles, that's available and for all the things. But then there's just this bit as action sack, it's just like the 16-player game mode on all of the biggest maps where basically anything can be anything.
I can see that working, yeah.
See, that's kind of what I wanted to happen. There's also some, like... Well, I was gonna say Smash, but that happened.
Yeah. It's like...
You know.
Yeah. There's not really much they need to change about that Smash.
All of the maps, all of the weapons, all of the characters in one place. Anything can be on anything.
Yeah. Exactly.
So what's your opinion on Halo Infinite apparently being open world?
What?
Yeah.
That's the first I'm hearing about this.
It's either going to be open world or semi-open world. Like, you know the level on Halo 1 where you crash land onto the ring for the first time and you get a warthog and you gotta save everyone?
Yeah.
It's either going to be the whole game like that, except bigger, modern, and not with those massive gaps of driving. Or it's going to be the entirety of, like, imagine all of Halo 1, but everything was physically connected.
Oh, okay, I see, yeah.
Like, so like, Breath of the Wild, like, you go into the area and start doing the thing, but like, the entire game is there.
Alright.
As long as they make it so you can't get lost as easily as Halo 1, I can see that working.
Yeah, that's not likely. If it is open world, there's gonna be a fast travel option, but the fast travel's probably gonna be call in a pelican and then defend yourself from the Covenant or whatever.
Bet money.
I mean that's intriguing me so far. I just
Like, this is what I'm hearing from fucking rumors and developer commentary, what little of it I've actually seen. So, I don't know. If I'm right, I won't eat my hats. They probably need to be washed. I found them on planes.
Cause oh man. I just want something better than Halo 5.
Oh my god! Halo 5 was god-awful. Halo 4 was not as god-awful.
But it was still pretty...
Like, Halo 4... Its campaign worked. From a story and lore perspective, I can see its merits.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I like it. It's like, there are people who don't like Lord of the Rings, but they have to agree that in regards to the medium of the fantasy genre, it was revolutionary.
I've never watched Lord of the Rings, so...
But then again, saying that about Halo 4 is an over-exaggeration in the sense of it was little shit.
Oops.
Alright, the game itself functions very well and has some really cool shit and fucking brilliant game modes for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Campaign was shit. It was go this way, kill all the people. The door will then be unlocked where you can go forward and do that 3 more times until you get a cutscene. And then do that for the rest of the game.
And then
Like-
is Halo 4
like
the one
they
with the
had
quick
that-
time event boss?
Yeah. Press X to shove grenade in chest cavity. Thanks, 343. Like, Halo bosses have always been shit.
Yeah.
No one's denying. Halo 2 had the best bosses. Halo
Yeah.
1 didn't have bosses, as far as I can tell.
I don't remember any. I remember Halo 5 having this stupid guy that keeps on coming back.
It's just... ugh. I did that on Legendary.
I messed this up.
There's a reason I'll never play Halo 5 on Legendary unless I'm playing like the first level is like, ah, I'm playing with mates and I want to show them the hell I went through, at least just a snap glance at it. Yeah, and also because it's multiplayer, it's so much fucking easier because you've got the ability to have idiots that aren't idiots be less idiotic than the AI. Like, there's actually a chance of being revived and not them just standing there and teabagging. Actually, there's a higher chance of just... depends on your mates. Really depends on your mates if you get teabagged. But the AI, they will just teabag you.
I think my problem with Halo 5's campaign is just that it felt so lacking. Like, it just... Level design was just boring.
I don't know. The first level was really shit, though.
Yeah. Because I feel like, at least with Halo 4, I felt like there was more going on gameplay-wise. A lot of levels in Halo 5 just kind of ended too quick.
You know, the
There's
coolest
the
level
fight.
was the middle of San Helios, where you get given, like, you either have the option of taking a Mantis or a Wraith, I think it was. And then you just go through that area and just utterly wreck shit. I prefer the Wraith. Like, there were some good bits to Halo 5.
Yeah.
Like, mechanically, the multiplayer is actually really good and incredibly competitive. It revived the esports. Campaign and story was shit.
Yeah. Basically.
And they added microtransactions.
Oh man. I also really...
However, it's only for one game mode. But you gotta play like 3 matches of like regular like 4 matches of regular multiplayer and like 2 matches of the specific game modes multiplayer to get like a gold pack. Or it used to be. They could have made it even harder. They made it easier to buy gold packs though. Fucking hell. Get fucking like 75 gold packs for 60 for the price of the game. So buy the game, buy the fucking gold packs, and then just I don't know. It wanted to be what's it? Grand Theft Auto 5 was its monetization, but Grand Theft Auto 5 is, hey, if you don't have mates and can't make the money, go buy the money!
Yay!
Seriously, buying money is such a stupid concept.
Yeah.
Says the guy with a coin collection. For the record, I haven't paid for a single one of those coins.
Like dollar
Complete and utter lie, because I gave my fiance £2 for a rare coin she had. Which is about the going rate, between £1 and £2, depending on coin.
Yeah, there was some fun modes in Halo 5. There was like...
I liked Breakout. Breakout was fun.
Which one was that again?
It was the one where everything's wireframe textures and you get launched out of the gate with 4 other guys, and it was, if you die you're dead, and you have to capture the flag.
Oh, right.
No, there's no shit, but then there's like, there were no respawns in this game mode. Normally in Halo you can respawn.
What's the mode again where everyone has the big hammer things?
Griffball.
Griffball, yeah. The version in Halo 5 was really good, I think.
Nah, you never played Halo 3's Griffball. That was the best Griffball. Reach had a nice one as well. Halo 5's Griffball is not great. Because the Gravity Hammer and the Energy Sword have specific properties to them, which work well in a competitive sense and a multiplayer sense, but for Griffball it doesn't quite work. Because now you run like twice as fast when you're using an Energy Sword.
Oh, right.
And the Gravity Hammer doesn't have the radius it used to have, but it does have a lunge effect, which means you can hit people from further away, assuming that you're not killed on trying to get to the enemy.
Yeah.
Still an equal amount of fucking betrayal. It's not Griffball if you're not whacking a freaking hammer into your mate's face.
Yeah.
Completely accidentally. It wasn't my fault, Harry.
I might be thinking of another mode though, because I remember like...
No, it's Griffball. That's the one where you grab the bomb and you have to get it to the enemy base. You grab the bomb in the middle and then you have to get it to the enemy base and it explodes and everyone's got hammers and swords.
I'm trying to
but
remember...
Halo 5 wasn't very good.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember
compared to the other ones that I like.
I'm trying to remember the most we played in Halo 5 though, like...
There was regular team deathmatch, because of course there was. There was SWAT, because of course there was, which was basically just DMRs, BRs and pistols, and it's one-shot kill because you've got no health or shields. What was the other ones? There was Capture the Flag, because of course there was. Those are like the main ones.
Yeah.
Like, there were different modes inside the modes, but...
Ooh!
Actually, something from Halo 3 that changed in Halo Reach. In Halo 3, in multiplayer, you would get the choice of a map, or you could veto it for a different map, which would be randomly selected. So it's like, you should play, like, which Splatoon fucking desperately needs because there's no voting system.
Yeah.
Splatoon, if they're not going to add a voting system, then Splatoon needs a veto system. But that's not what I'm talking about. In Halo Reach, they replaced it with a voting system, where you could vote between 3 different things, or a refresh. Which was the equivalent of veto, but it gave you 3 more options. Or was it random? It was either refresh or random. And it worked really well in Halo Reach. But it didn't work in Halo 4 or 5. And it could work better in Master Chief Collection.
Heat Riser!
Because Master Chief Collection has too many possible options for a voting system to be viable. That's why I think it should be a veto system. Because you could get an option of 3 of the same map, which you don't like.
Yeah.
And then they're all different game modes. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But if you can veto it, then it would change the map and game mode completely.
What?
And by game mode, I mean, like, if you're on the Team Deathmatch ring, it's still going to be Team Deathmatch, but say you had the one map and it was SWAT, Team Deathmatch, and Team Snipers. And you didn't want to play on that map, but you didn't want the game mode, it's not relevant. It would hopefully give you another selection of maps. It will take the game modes, no one cares. But with a veto system, you'd get the one map in the game mode, you don't like it, and enough other people don't like it, you end up playing a different map on a different game mode, or the same game mode. Or the same map in a different game. But it was random and you couldn't complain because it was better than that other one, hopefully.
Thank you, Fox.
So what's a veto system then exactly?
Veto is
I've explained like 20 times in the last 5 seconds.
Yeah, I wasn't paying
Basically-
attention.
No, we don't want this.
Right, so you get a map in a game mode. You don't like it, you can swap it out for another one, but you don't get. But it's RNG,
Oh,
and you're stuck with that second one, whether you like it or not, because
okay.
you didn't want the first one.
Let's see.
And that's what they had in Halo 3.
Oh, okay.
And I think they also had it in Halo 2. But I wouldn't
that-
know. I'm not that old.
Not yet, anyway.
And yet I'm told I have to live another 20 years.
Rock and roll.
But I finished college, so that's all good. And I'm dreading one thing because I think I fucked something up. I haven't received an email, which I've given in an early submission. I haven't received an email saying, yeah, we've looked over it and you seem to have missed something. So, I don't think I've missed anything. Or at the very least, if I have missed that very last thing, it's not a case of, you missed one thing, it's all FUBAR. Which it could be. Remember, we are talking about insert education system here.
Yeah.
Specifically the English one, but all education systems. Hopefully the rest of my work merits at least a pass, I don't fucking know. But then I'm also told that if any aspect of your work is less than a pass, then you instantly get a fail.
Wow.
It's not based on a point system, it's based on overall. If you have one piece that's below the standard, then
Oh my god, that hurt!
You just fail.
you fail. Whereas with other systems, it's a case of an exam. It's basically if you hit the marks, you hit the marks. If you don't, you don't. But if you hit over the marks of the second threshold, you get the good one, or if you hit the marks over the third threshold, you get the amazing one. What does it do? It puts a slightly shinier sticker on your piece of paper that you get at the end of all this bullshit.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, the reality is, considering that I didn't pass my last college course and then went into 3 years of occupation, which, ask whoever, it's debatable as to my results in that path. At least I finished college.
Yeah.
Seems to be a
So
pattern.
it's not like employers actually expect proof of your achievements. So what do they want? The flat-out certificate? Because I know they can't access my educational records.
Oh, I don't like the look of
They're
that.
not government. And only the government can do that. And even still, very large chunks of the government can't access my file.
Everybody guard.
Yeah, a lot of my file was, okay, so, in the UK, we have a thing called an education file.
Dang it.
And it basically just, it's useful for a couple of years. Schools can request them if they feel there's a need to, assuming you're changing to a different school, and they read through it, it's like, nah, we're not having this person, they can stay where they are, or they can be out of education. And then they have to be homeschooled at that point, or thrown into a reserve thing and stuff. There's a lot of fucking weird clauses in education. Due to a lot of stupid and utterly insane shit that I did at a very young age, my file is huge.
Sounds
Harry,
about
for
right.
example, he'd have a pretty thin file, which would basically be all of his academic achievements and maybe 1 or 2 incident reports. Mine is all my academic achievements and a fucking shit ton of incident reports.
Man. Why does I keep... Oh, stupid spikes.
On top of that, it's also my special needs statements and all that other shit. My file is fucking huge. And because of also because of my special needs, as far as I am aware, you have to have slightly higher clearance to actually read the files, or a damn good reason to have a hold of a copy of it. My file is easier to read the contents page over there is to read the file. Whereas everyone else, it's easier to just quickly flip through the file and see, oh, so they had a couple of minor incidents or whatever. It was fine, whatever. Who the fuck hasn't? Welcome to life. It's like me, it's like Jesus Christ. However, we are remembering a lot of this shit happened 15 years, between 15 to 10 years ago. Give or take. That's just a 5-year estimate.
Where do you mean that?
Actually, no, it's like from when I was 5 to 15, so like 10 years of stupid shit that I should probably regret, but most of which I can't even remember because of reasons. Because I used to have a problem where the reason so many incidents occurred was because of severe anger issues, which led to me completely blanking out my mind after the event occurred. So I didn't know exactly what I did until I was told I was done it, and by then it had already been put into an incident report.
Yeah.
But we are digging up some damn ancient history.
Don't you have that thing where, like, you don't really feel the pain until the next day?
A lot of cases, yes. Like, I can be hit in the head so hard and have a concussion and everything be dizzy, but I won't feel it until I wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that isn't necessarily bullshit. Like, obviously, if you stab me, I'm feeling it now. I'm not like, oh, there's a knife in me. Ooh, I won't feel that till tomorrow. But if you hit me on the head with a lead pipe, assuming I'm not immediately knocked unconscious, or the pipe breaks, I give or take the amount of force put behind it, there's a chance that I won't feel it till tomorrow, or at all. 2 weeks I won't feel it at all. And Harry knows this because I've been kicked in the head with a football and he saw it happen and he went, what the fuck should I ask if he's okay?
I don't remember this, but that sounds about right.
It happened, I remember that. Okay, I don't remember being hit in the head with a football because I remember the guys coming up to me as you were just staring like, what? Saying, are you okay? Because I'm like, what happened? What? Did something happen? It's like, apparently a football got kicked into the back of my head at full force, so, you know. And I didn't feel that at all. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
To say the second extent would be the time my uncle pile-drived me into my nan's patio. That time I had a severe concussion and a massive lump on my head, but I didn't feel it till the day after, though due to the concussion I was dizzy and slightly woozy.
Yeah.
And then the time I rammed headfirst into a steel gate about the age of 6, this happened. That I felt immediately.
Ah, okay.
But then also on top of this thing that is now just getting everyone to pull out their medical journals and it's like, this guy must be bullshitting, either that or what the fuck. It hurt like fucking agony at the time, which I'm told from my reaction, obviously. But then by the time I was at the hospital and getting like 6 stitches put into my fucking forehead, and the doctor then staring at me like, how the fuck is this kid okay? By the way, the dent is still in that gate, because I put a dent in this Victorian steel gate. And they haven't replaced the gate, so I know it's still there, because I checked it like 5 years
Made
after.
history.
Yeah. Well, I put a dent in history.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I felt immediately.
Okay.
Because who the fuck wouldn't feel that immediately? But that is, again, to rehash the point of, I recovered from it too quickly, outside of the need for stitches. Cuts and grazes on me, they take fucking ages to heal.
Oh yeah, cuts especially. They take forever to go away.
But yeah, that's just the case with anyone.
Yeah.
Concussive injury, it's a case of, I've just got to walk it off. And I can, and I probably will. Shouldn't, but I can and will.
Hey, guess what? What? Guys, guess what?
What?
I'm at the intro of the game now. The story's come full circle.
Also, there's a dent in the underside of a staircase at Arriva Luton's bus depot, where I'm currently working. I walked into it, it hurt like fucking hell, I recovered too quickly. Then again, I was also looked over by an ambulance crew at that time, so there were painkillers involved.
Yeah.
But at the same time, any other person that would be unconscious or having stitches.
Yeah.
Me, I got to go home early and then got told to take off the next day, despite I was fine the next day. So, you know. One v one me on the side of the street. Lead pipes allowed, I guess. No. I genuinely do not want to be fighting anymore at this point in my life. I did that. I've been there. I've done that. I've done some fucking horrible things. I broke someone's nose with a sword.
Oh yeah.
Which is a story that keeps coming up at the moment. And to be fair, it's kind of funny, but let's just say I've been I did the fighting. I don't want to fight if I don't have to fight.
Yeah.
If you fucking hurt my fiance, you're dead. End of. I will kill you. I don't care about the repercussions. You die.
Yeah, we are reliving the intro.
At the moment, IRL, who, if does decide, I don't like him, so I'm going to fuck with his fiance. Oh no, he's like dead to the power of like dead pi cubed.
Wait, who is?
I'm not gonna name names, but there is a
Arsene, what?
guy who theoretically could be causing problems for me, my fiance, and our families. Like, if shit goes tits up for him in his current situation, I wouldn't put it past him to take revenge out on me. It's his own fucking death wish if he does, because this specific situation, I have ludicrous amounts of backup, but...
I have a few ideas on who this could be, but...
no, you actually don't have a clue who this is.
Oh, someone I don't know?
Not in the slightest, I've never mentioned him before.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I try and keep my work life out of my social life.
Okay, fair enough. Whee! That was cool.
I love how no one watches your live streams, because it means I can talk about this shit. It's recorded, it's uploaded on YouTube for everyone to see, and no one knows shit about how much of an evil bastard I am.
Joey, that's very kind of your friend.
I don't care.
He knows no one watches his content. Well, his live
I mean, sometimes there are people that come in sometimes. This game I don't care, I'm just doing this to finish it. I don't really...
I mean, it's just me and Jason watching anyway, so...
Well,
I mean,
have to play
Jason's
Persona.
playing Persona.
Well, the stream is on in the background for him, I assume. If not, then some rando's listening to how much of a horrible person I am with the almighty power of human invincibility. Within reason. I have to add that clause now. Used to be flat out invincibility, as far as we could tell. Like,
Yeah.
when you fall out of a tree and the earth is in more pain than you, there's probably something wrong with you. That's the joke, but
No,
my
interesting that I'm playing at the
my
intro. to the
pelvis
game.
should have been snapped in half at a young age after falling out of a tree.
Man.
Like, I have been hit by 3 cars and kicked 1. In those situations, well, one of the cars sent me fucking flying. The other one should have at least bruised my rib. The third
Yeah.
one sent me flying again over the bonnet of it. The fourth one should have broken my foot in how hard I kicked it. And I was wearing plimsolls, so... The reason I don't give names and faces and dates is because if I do, then I am legally liable to my actions that I made years ago in case someone wanted to bring them up and deal with shit. Also, I
No.
can't remember anyone's name for the life of me. Because I've been hit in the head too many times. Like, if I remember your name, that means that you are reasonably important as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes a long time for me to remember people's names.
It kind of varies for me.
What's worse is where I work, there's 2 people called Sarah spelled exactly the same.
Oh. That'll do it.
Well, no, that's how I remembered the second Sarah's name. I didn't have to.
Oh, that's amazing.
Work's problematic at the moment. There's problems. Aside from me looking for a new job. Harry, what were you doing with that bag behind that box? Wario should probably see a doctor if he's coins coming out. Unless he knows it doesn't cause him pain.
Saving
it's
is
just
highly
using it
suggested.
for
And
fraud.
the story will great. Okay, saving is
mean,
highly
like-
suggested. The story will progress greatly soon.
Wario probably just wouldn't care.
Wario's got some issues. With the amount of garlic he eats, he's got bowel problems.
Probably.
I think
Like,
it's
a
basically telling
bit
me
of
take
garlic is good, but a
We're gonna
diet
trouble-
consisting entirely of garlic, that's not alright. On top of the fact, like, you can see the amount of exercise he's doing in this game alone. He must eat some seriously bad shit if he keeps a figure like that with the amount of exercise. Because he's not hench, he is legitimately fat.
And guess what? We're
Like,
caught up with flashbacks now.
Like, others would say Mario's plump, but yeah, Mario's plump. Compared to Wario, Wario's just... Apparently Wario's 7 foot tall as well, according to Nintendo, so I don't
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
Wario's
what,
also...
what does that make Waluigi freaking 12 foot tall?
I mean, Wario is still ridiculously strong, though.
He lifts. Doesn't do setups, but he lifts. Wario, do you even lift? I'm a knife and fork at dinner. Oh!
Yeah.
That was the poshest burn.
Oh, man.
Yes, I do lift my knife and fork at dinner. Oh, yes.
Okay, I know.
Sick burn. Would you not agree, Clarence? Yes, very sick burn.
Oh, yeah, I did it.
Good show, sir. Indeed, Clarence agrees. What the fuck am I talking about?
I don't know. This sounds like something you'd hear when a character's just gone insane and just talking to inanimate objects.
Oh wait, you haven't played the Ratchet and Clank, have you?
No, I have the collection now, but
You need to play them just casually anyway.
yeah.
They're good games.
Yeah. You can thank
But my
Super,
cable.
you can thank Super Meat Boy for destroying my life for like a month.
I'd say the next game you should play Ratchet and Clank 1.
Well, I'm in the middle of Jack 2 at the same as well, so
Oh, you're playing through Jack and Daxter.
yeah.
Have you played the first one?
Yeah, I played the first. I 100% of the first one.
Right. Jack 2 is at the same time an easy game as well as being the hardest game of that time point. It was like the Dark Souls of the Jack and Daxter trilogy. Actually, it is the Dark Souls of the Jack and Daxter trilogy.
I mean, considering like I played like a decent amount of it. I don't know how far.
Wait,
I
look a
am.
whole day before the interrogation. Jeez.
What was the last mission you did? Just describe the mission.
I had to go back to one of the earlier areas to save this. Well, not save, but like help this other character fight off against a bunch of enemies.
So the last mission you remember doing is one of the more generic missions that doesn't help me.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll be able to remember if I turn the game on again, but yeah.
From what it sounds like, you've done a quest for the big fat guy, and then you've gone back to the slums to do another rebellion quest because he needed his ass saving. But don't worry, you're only the rookie pretty boy who's all smooth skin and no skill. When at that point you've done more for the rebellion than anyone in Haven City's done in their life.
Yeah.
Except maybe that one random Crimson Guard that got stuck in a metalhead infested sewer and somehow crawled his way out.
Yeah.
This guy's entirely hyper. Actually, no. The only guy who's probably done more than Jack at the time of the end of Jack and Daxter 2 is Sig. Also, Sig is fucking awesome. That guy. The guy with the Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Sig is so cool. Everyone wants to be Sig. You don't even know who Sig is, but you want to be Sig.
I think post a picture of him, and I'll probably be able to tell.
He's the really big guy with a load of confidence and the overpowered weapon that fires the purple plasma energy balls that kills everything.
Yeah, I feel like I had a mission with him before.
Yeah, you probably have.
I know for a fact they've mentioned Sig.
Sig's awesome.
Yeah.
He's got one shoulder plate that looks like the top half of a dragon's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, yeah.
He's so cool. I'm 20 now and I still think Sig is cool.
Well, I mean, nothing wrong with thinking characters cool.
Yeah, but he is cool. It's like he talks the talk, but he can back it up because he did do that. Like he's the guy. Like Daxter's the guy you see in the bar. Is like there were 20 metalheads around us, and by the time I was done, I'd killed 500 metalheads. It's like okay. I think he actually says something along those lines. But it's like Sig's like, I went into the wasteland and killed this massive metalhead after it swallowed me whole and just blew it all to bits and crawled out and crawled through the deserts on one broken leg with nothing but a cantina filled with metalheads' blood that kept me hydrated. It's like, this guy did that. Not that edgy, but he did that. If he told you he did that, you believe him.
Yeah. I like how the characters just can't be bothered to deal with Daxter's crap in that game.
Could anyone in the first game, though?
No, but still,
Exactly.
it's more pronounced in this one.
Joker will not rat out anybody.
Not even the rats?
Michelangelo.
It's 3 AM. Woo! Had to
That's
make the joke, it's
stupid.
only midnight.
Stupid video.
I don't even care, it was still funny. No, stupid the video was the oh yes video.
I forgot about that.
You're welcome.
I still remember how that came to be as well. Like, what the hell?
Oh, Harry.
Yeah.
You know Spyro, right?
Mhm.
You know they had the original trilogy and then they did the second trilogy, the reboot trilogy.
Yeah.
You know in the reboot trilogy there's a character called Cinder, right?
Oh yeah.
You know how well, you probably don't know this, but I've always said that if I ever had a girl as a child, because I'm not a dog, I would always call my first female child Cinder.
That's a good name.
I think it's a really good name. My mum hates it.
Any reason why?
Because she looks too deep into the name, and Cinder being basically a burnt-out cinder, you know? So,
Ah. Okay.
so I can see that, but at the same time, Cinder's just a really good name.
Yeah.
Also, any kid of mine's gonna be so fucking edgy in their teenage years anyway, so...
God.
Like, you know how edgy I used to be before I was Green Lord, and I was a complete and utter edgelord?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. It's probably gonna be worse. Especially seeing as Azzy. It's not gonna be okay.
Yeah. Never enough coins. Why
That's
does
gonna be
the
one
riff
fucked
of this
up
song? Why does the riff of this song sound like the beginning notes of "We Are Number One"?
But yes, for some reason, Azzy also likes the name and wants to call the firstborn female, assuming Cinder. So
Okay.
I don't care. I want to have a daughter.
You know.
Okay, I'm
Then
finally
again, that's something I decided in freaking high school.
almost done. I know what else I need to do. Oh, they actually did something for all the treasures. The main room looks different now. Huh. Okay, cool. That's actually pretty nice. At least they did something. Never gonna do that again, but whatever. Oh, almost done. Then I can move on with my stupid life.
Silly kids and their animes and mango.
A mango!
My favorite chemical material is manganite. I know it's something slightly different, but it's like an alkaline metal called manganite. Don't know what the fuck it does. No. Actually, being serious, my favorite chemical material is ferrofluid.
Mm.
It was originally designed as rocket fuel, but it ended up not being used as rocket fuel.
Mm.
It's also extremely reactive to magnets.
Oops.
Probably the hot dogs place.
Wee.
You'll
That's-
probably have the hot dogs.
Me? What were the other things?
What?
Wait, what? Huh? I just
No,
heard.
Jason said to someone that he'd probably have the hot dogs. I don't know what the other
Oh.
options are. Jason's having
Oh,
By the way,
I thought you were talking about something else. I thought you were talking about like some other thing. I got confused.
This part's gonna be very interesting.
Hey, you want the worst joke you're gonna hear today?
Well, I was 6 afraid of 7.
No. I love whiteboards. I find them remarkable.
Oh wow.
If I could punch you, I would.
Fight me.
Man.
I live near an airport.
What's
Just
that all in
pay
Smash
for a
then?
plane ticket. I don't have online.
You don't want to start a fight with Joey. Let me just tell you that.
Wants to fight. Like, wait a second. Yeah, didn't I just explain multiple reasons
Yeah.
for the things I've done in my past? It's like, bro. Like, there's a reason I play video games. They help significantly.
And then you have like
Alright, we're caught up with the story now.
and then you have like multiple parents just being like,
Hi,
a
catchy.
video game's like promote violence.
Video games promote violence. It's nothing to do with the fact that it's actually the thing that stops me from being excessively violent to humanity as a whole.
Yeah. It's
I would
always like
probably contribute it to one of the reasons I am not in prison.
I'm sorry, but I listen to the song. All I can hear is "We Are Number One," and it's making me go nuts.
What's even worse is the grammar of that song makes absolutely no sense without context.
Wait, what? Oh.
Whoa, okay, catchy. Oh, wait a minute, I can't be talking too much about what's going on. This is really deep in the story.
Let's go, just damage boost it. No.
Oh!
Okay.
You are scaring me, dude.
Ralph!
He's revealed his true identity. My bond has grown deeper. When he looks like he's about to kill me. Social link, rank up! I'm like,
Oh,
I'm pretty
no.
sure that's not how it works.
Dang it.
Oh guys, so I finally got a Dungeons and Dragons session together on Sunday.
Nice.
So, 2 days ago. And so we just made our characters, and in the first 5 minutes, now I'm going to say this for story reasons, we started the game in a brothel. I'm not getting into it, but yes, we were in a room in a brothel.
Okay.
What? Story reasons.
You never gave me one.
No, those are the story. Oh, Jason's mum.
What days are you cutting off?
I'll give him a minute. You done?
Oh god.
Okay. Right, so
Oh, game's over.
the guy who owns the brothel, who was renting out the rooms, kicks the door down. I'm hiding behind it. It doesn't smack me in the face, but it does close behind the guy. He stares me in the eyes. I roll for charisma, and I just stare him in the eye, and I'm like, "You do not, you can't see me." He
You do
turns
not see
around
me.
and completely forget. I basically pull these are not the droids you were looking for. He turns around, just completely oblivious to my existence, despite seeing me. It's like, because it was my charisma against his perception, and he rolled an 18 and I rolled a natural 20 against it. It's like the first fucking thing with my +6. So I basically rolled a 26. So I told him he didn't see me, and by God, he didn't see me. Because I told him he didn't. This was the first action in the game, and I already have the campaign legendary moment. If you know anything about Dungeons & Dragons, every party has one or two of those legendary campaign moments where someone did the thing, and the thing fucks up so epically, we can never let them forget it, and it's an inside joke forever. Or someone did the thing, and holy fuck, they did the thing. And no one can forget it, no matter how hard they try.
Yeah.
I did the latter.
Yeah. Oh man.
The campaign then continues, and we do other shit. And that's not important. The fact is, these are not the droids you were looking for.
Speaking of Star Wars though, have you guys seen the reimagined fight Darth Vader vs Obi-Wan fight from episode 4? Because it's really good.
Nope.
I can send you a link to it. Screw it up. I'll just do it now so you can hear your reaction to it live.
You putting it in the stream?
Not in the stream, I'll just send it to you directly.
Ah.
'Cause I'll probably
Sliding
get-
into them DMs, eh?
Yeah. I'm not risking Star Wars copyright crap.
What? Oh, copyright.
Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah, this is right.
Copyright.
I
That
remember,
happened.
yeah, he gave me, like,
I gave you a copyright strike from my singing.
yeah,
I am just white Michael Jackson reborn.
there you
I
go.
think we made jokes like this. I think we've already made jokes like this.
I have,
Probably.
because it happened.
Oops.
Okay, so they're just speeding through the audio in the first couple seconds with a still image of the Death Star over Naboo. Stormtroopers. That scene. Yeah, you can tell that these aren't the original actor. Well, at least Darth Vader isn't the original actor in this, because he's not moving robotically enough.
Yeah.
His movements are too loose. That was a cool bit of CG though. Obi-Wan just looks fucking old.
Yeah.
Actually, it kind of looks like he needs some fucking glasses and that, but... That was cool, but I swear lightsaber... Yeah. The lightsaber spawning effect is a bit... naff. Also, I swear Darth Vader's lightsaber is supposed to be longer than that.
I think you can, like, change... I've heard you can, like, change the size or something.
It is one of those things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. But the stock melt effects that they're putting into the background, they're... eh. But I'm not reviewing the effects, I'm reviewing the fight. And this is also an amateur... Well, it's not an amateur project, but... Though you can tell that the lightsaber beams aren't linking as well with the handles, they jitter. If you put more lens flare over the lightsabers, it would have worked better.
Yeah.
Also, some of the props are incredibly obviously CG. But yeah, now around the around the 2-minute 30 mark, when they're getting properly into the fighting, you can't notice the problems.
Yeah.
Because all the sparks and shit, it hides it. Which is, yeah, they should have put more lens flare onto the sabers. And then that's original. See, when they've got the gouges in the walls at the 3-minute mark, like the 3:15, 3:20 mark, that's really cool. When they're throwing Obi-Wan into the wall, that works really well. When the lightsaber gets thrown into the wall, that works well, but then the immediate clip after that, that is a bit weird.
I like the way, like, Vader takes it back after the...
Yeah, but then they used that gouging effect that I didn't like from earlier.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna... Wait, where are you right now? I'm just gonna play it in mute.
Right, Darth Vader and Obi-Wan are just touching swords.
Doesn't tell me what the time!
Oh, 4:35.
Okay.
Also, some aspects of Darth Vader's costume just look flat out plastic. Whereas in the original, you could tell it was, like, even if it was plastic, it looked more metal. Maybe less gloss would have helped. If you used, like, a more matte... Now that kill effect worked really well.
Yeah.
But again, Darth Vader's movements, when outside of the fight, they're too loose.
I hope no one can hear this.
And Darth Vader taking the lightsaber at the end there, that was cool.
Yeah, that's a cool shot.
Like, that was a really good shot. Especially for ending it.
Yeah.
Though they didn't have to put the You know how they were doing the muffled audios, like the flashback memories sort of thing. It works,
Yeah.
but like the "you were the chosen one" thing at the very end, that doesn't work.
You were the chosen one. I see what they were trying to do though.
I see what they were trying to do, but it would have been better if they just had it with Darth Vader pulling the saber from the cloak and just walking off without the "you were the chosen one."
Yeah.
But I understand the effect they were going for.
Yeah.
They just didn't get the effect.
Yeah.
Though I can critique this as much as I like, but the reality is...
It's pretty impressive for a fan project.
Oh yes. What I'm saying is I'm critiquing it as much as I can, but I can't fucking do this.
Yeah.
However, if they did want to take me on as a consultant criticism, a media consultant,
Yeah.
then I could tell them, right, this is really good, you can use this if you want, but if you want to make it perfect, it's like, you need to stiffen up your movement faders, like, Obi-Wan, you need to look less decrepit, because yes, he was an old man, but with all the force power and all that, and he was actually kind of fit. He wasn't jittery. He wasn't jittery. On the SFX team, it's like, you need to put more flair onto the saber. The beam wasn't coming out of the handle. But, well, obviously, yes, you had the handles as the physical prop. It was like...
Yeah.
Some of the virtual props, they were too I don't know how to describe it, but you know when you see something that's obviously CG and you're just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing though, but I'm critiquing it because I'm a twat. Then again, at the same time, you know I'm a massive fan of Stargate and SG-1 specifically.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have quite a few, like, it's not really that common, but they do have quite a few shots where it's obvious that something was a digital prop. Or like, when you've got copy-pasted characters to make it look like a massive army, and you can just tell that they're not there. And then there was this one entirely, like, what was it? Yes, this scene that I'm about to mention was incredibly impressive, and I think it's fucking awesome. But at the same time, and the scene I'm talking about is the Garwald against Tari fight over the Antarctic. With all of the F302s,
Hey, Xavier. Hi.
couple of the X302s, the couple of X303s against all the Garwood ships with
I'm
the
pretty much caught up with the story in Persona now because no more
Air Force,
flashbacks.
with the Air Force attack trying to drill down
I watched the tournaments.
and uncover the ancient chair left in Antarctica. I know, I'm trying to talk and I'm having people talk over me because
Maybe
this is how
we'll move over.
conversation stream works.
We'll move over to party one. See ya.
I didn't mean to boot them like that, but yes.
I'm done with the game. I'm just waiting for, like, this conversation to wrap up.
Okay. Wait, so you've actually finished the game now?
Yeah, 100%.
Nice. Anyway, so I was just talking... That scene that I'm speaking about specifically, it's the same... Like, the entire scene is the same problem with when they threw the box with the force power and it got sliced... When the box got sliced in half with the energy sword, that was... Energy sword. Fucking lightsaber. It is an energy sword, though. Fight me, I'm not wrong.
Pretty much. Just without the handle thing.
Yeah. But honestly, my two biggest problems, they should have used a different gouging effect, because they do use a different gouging effect in the fin corridor.
Yeah.
but when they use the wide gouging effect, it doesn't work. And it just looks like a glowing... You know, like those fake scabs you can get from joke shops?
Yeah.
It looks like that, except with a glowing edge instead of like a crusty red and orange edge. That's what that looked like to me.
Yeah. Oh well.
But yeah, you've finished, and I can keep going, but I'd rather not have this drag on so long. It's already been the Joey's a horrible person. No, the Joey used to be a horrible person while Harry plays this game stream. I am not a horrible person anymore. I do not do any of the things that I alluded to that I used to do as to why I have a stupidly huge education file.
Yeah.
It's like, these things are not publicly accessible. You do need clearance of some kind to be able to get them. Like, being a school and having a good reason to request the file, knowing my full name and address to be able to get the file. It's like, yeah. I'm not telling people how to get the file, assuming they do try and... like, or just being a really fucking good hacker.
Hacker man.
Yeah, no, just hack the government, find out who I am, find my files, and all the horrible things. Like, I'm pretty sure half the shit I even didn't even get put in the files. For the sake of the fact that I wasn't tossed in juvie.
Anyways, I think we should end the stream. So,
I'm talking about a lot of sensitive shit that I shouldn't be airing out on the internet.
okay. Rayman 3 is next because I actually did a poll on Twitter and people wanted me to do that before Banjo, so yeah. Rayman 3. I finally play a game I can comfortably play through and enjoy without tearing my hair out. Okay, bye.